Next, I'll give you a list of taxes. It's not the only set of taxes there are, but this is a pretty good list, pretty comprehensive list. So the first one is income tax. When we talk about that, we mean federal income tax. It comes out of your paycheck, and it's a progressive tax. It's bracketed, so people at the top end, Bill Gates pays more on his last dollar than I do. A state income tax is basically the same idea, except a state income tax is proportional, or it's a flat tax. Everybody pays the same percentage in the state of Michigan. FICA is what we call social insurance tax. Most of it goes to Social Security, and so when I pay my Social Security tax, it goes to make the payments to people who are currently retired. And so that one is mostly proportional up until about $130,000. And above that, every dollar you make beyond that doesn't have any tax placed on it, but all money at the lower end is taxed. A sales tax we've talked about before, that's 6% on anything you buy, except we don't tax groceries. The knock on a sales tax is that it hits poor people more than wealthy people. When I buy a TV, Bill Gates doesn't buy a TV that's worth 700 times more than what my TV is worth. And so disproportionately, since I have less income, the tax on a TV affects me more. A property tax, we do that with a millage. That is based on the value of your property, and so we figure out what is your property worth, and then we assign a number of mills to that, and we use those to pay for schools and roads and jails typically. Libraries sometimes are paid for with a millage. An excise tax is a tax on a specific product. We think about cigarettes and alcohol, and they're trying to nudge people to do less of those two things, and so it also generates revenue, but it's mostly a tax on an individual product. And then the last one is a license fee. To be a teacher, I have to have a license from the state, and they're not really trying to generate revenue, but they're trying to keep track of who is a teacher. If I'm a barber, I have to be licensed to do that. If I have a hunting license, they're really not trying to make a lot of money off a hunting license, but they are trying to keep track of who is actually out hunting.